What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about, getting into 3D. And a lot of people ask me, in my personal life, how do I get into 3D? Where do I start really? Of course, we know that once you get into 3D, you would have to continue learning for years and years and years to actually get good at it. But just, getting into the door is actually pretty easy. Thanks to, softwares like Blender. You also have trial versions of premium software like Maya and 3ds Max, but you would have to be in university. They have certain requirements really for you to be able to get these pieces of software and use them. I think Houdini also got a free version. I think that one is actually easier to get, but I do suggest starting with Blender. And I chose Blender because it's free through and through. And this new update that they have, I think is Blender 2.8. I think they're on the beta. But you can start with the beta and then progress from there. Once the official version comes out, because they're trying to work out all the kinks, then you can get the official one and move on from there. And I'm not trying to sell the software short. It's an open source software that is actually able to compete with the premium ones. It's just that I think the premium ones found a way into the industry and they're going to stay there. And Blender is more like a hobbyist type tool. Now, one of the greatest things about Blender as a piece of software is that it has like one of the best online 3D communities out there. You got plenty of forums. You have many YouTube channels. You have all types of things all across the web that will help you get pretty good at making your own, scenes and movies and whatever else you want to do using Blender. Now, somebody like me who doesn't really use Blender, I do take advantage of these communities because at the end of the day, they are 3D communities. And when I hop into these communities and everything, of course, I still learn because the concepts are pretty much the same across the board. It's just the way about going to get, the result you're looking for really varies from software to software. Now, to download Blender, all you got to do is go to the website and just click download. And it's only like 40 or 50 megabytes, so you don't have to worry about it taking that much space on your computer. You do need a powerful computer to be able to handle it on the higher end, but to just get started, you can just toss it on any computer today and you'll be fine. My brother, he did the same thing. He just downloaded the software and he was just using it, for months and months and months without asking me for any help at all. Of course, I can't really help him out, especially in the older versions of Blender because of the interface. It was just really hard to navigate, especially for somebody who's kind of accustomed to a certain look. And the best way to really look at it, especially a 3D program, once you get in, just look at it as a game, a world building type game, because you can really create whatever you want if you know how to do so. But once you play around with the software and you know the basic tools, you can really find a way to do whatever you want on the software. And you got plenty of tutorials and channels that really help, guide people who are using this software to really move up and up and up, into like professional status. And that's pretty much all I got to say about getting started. Now, to round everything off, if you want to get started and you don't want to pay any money, because I know money could come between you and just finding out whether or not you want to jump into something, then just get started with Blender. And Blender is actually good enough to compete with the premium software. So you don't have to sell yourself short just by saying, I'm jumping on Blender. So you get started with Blender and then it will take you wherever you need to go. Once you understand the tools and everything, and then you get the community and the support behind you, because it's not very hard to get, then you're off to the races. I'm just about done, and I'll see you guys later.